For a very long time, mankind has been afraid of sharks. We're afraid of what they represent in the taboo, the darkness, what we can't see, the unknown in the big blue ocean.
Everyone's got a different perspective of sharks. You know, some people are terrified and won't get in the water because of sharks.
So I've been a surfer, I've been in the water, I've been a fisherman, and been in the water for many times. And of course, Jaws made us all think about, you know, what goes on in the water where you can't see it. So yeah, I've had a very healthy respect for sharks over my entire life. Fly fishing for Makos, it changes the game. I believe we're continually looking for the next frontier. And also within that next frontier, we're looking for those species that give us this level of excitement that doesn't exist within others. And then you up the ante, and all of a sudden you're fly fishing for sharks. The bigger the challenge, the bigger the reward.
The Mako shark fishery in San Diego is like nowhere else. It's going to be anywhere from 30 pounds to, I don't know, maybe 500. You know, you just don't know. There are other species you're going to see show up, mainly Mako shark and blue shark.
It contradicts pretty much everything that you would think of. You have brought that shark to you. So what that shark is now doing is that shark is hunting you. You realize that you aren't ready for what you're about to experience. In 2012, I was invited by Mark Martin to come out here and fish a fly fishing tournament called the Flying Mako. And I only left Colorado for less than 36 hours. And in the one day that I got to spend on the boat with him, an amazing experience happened. Something that is unbelievable if we hadn't recorded it on camera.
Oh, here's a Mako, not a great white, right? He's coming back around. Right here, right here. Looking at it, he ate it, he ate it. Get down, Keith.
We set out to fly fish for Mako sharks. And the first Mako that I ever saw, ever cast to, ever put a hook into, was approaching 800 pounds.
One, two, three, four. We're filming on both cameras, right? Yeah. Okay, keep going. Don't let that thing on the boat. Is this really happening right now, you guys?
Not a day goes by where I don't think about the fish we put in the air that day.
First, it all started with Alex coming out in 2012 to join me for the Flying Mako, and he put a big fish in the air. Now he's back out. Now he's doing it again, and I don't know. I'm not sure what's going to happen, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see something big get in the air.
So how do you bring a shark to the boat?
Fishing for Makos, we run chum slicks. It's basically, the idea is that the boat's on a drift. We need to spread some chum and put out the advertisement that, hey, there's something here. The whole aspect of it is that the boat is the big dead floating whale. We want to create a curtain, a wall. You know, we need chunks and we need stuff to settle down into that column. There may be some sharks deeper. Sharks back, currents going, you know, downhill or uphill. Okay, we got to give them the cookie trail, give them something to follow. Not only do you want smell to give those sharks to pick up on, but you want to pick up on all their senses. You can say, here we are, come find us. As much as we think we're going to find the fish, those sharks are coming to find us. Okay, so it's opposite fishing. These fish smell a scent and come and find the source. Guess what that source is? That source is us.
Here we are on this small little boat with all this blood and chum in the water. We, as clean as they, could be a piece of food. You know, you can't say, hey, don't eat me, you know, this is just a big boat. They've showed up at the back of that boat thinking, okay, I've followed this blood trail all the way up to here. How am I going to eat this? It contradicts pretty much everything that you would think of to want to bring a shark to you.
You got to put the time into running a slick and allowing it to develop. But there are things you can do and areas you can work that are going to produce better when it comes to running a slick. You've got any kind of life you can see in the general area you're trying to fish is great. Life breeds life. You know, as far as these Mako shark on a fly, they're very unique, but they're very special. I think the most beautiful shark you can see in the ocean.
It's a gift to be able to fly fish for Mako sharks. You put yourself in their environment, you slow things down, and the first thing you get to enjoy is the fact that there's a shark at the boat.
Shark, 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 shark. Get ready. Al, hit the rock. He's eating it, he's eating it, he's eating it.
We're trying to plant this little hook that may give them this little pinch in the back of their mouth. What do they got to worry about? You know, and until something really moves them, they're not going to react. But when they finally understand or finally get the picture that something in their mouth is not letting them go the way that they want to go, they lose it. They go airborne.
The way that they come out and the way that they turn and they do that full back foot somersault is very unique, and it's very signature. You can see it from, you know, half a mile away, and you can tell that was a Mako coming out of the water.
You go out there and you chase these fish and you put a hook into them, and when it's all over, you're punching that, just gonna punch that hook out of their mouth and let them swim free. In any environment, whether it's on land or in sea, there is the alpha being. In the ocean, it's sharks. And the less sharks that we see, less sharks that we catch, less sharks we encounter, mean that the environment is not a healthy environment. So the more sharks you see means that the ecosystem is doing very well. And the ability, the opportunity to be able to go out and chase the apex predator of any ecosystem is a gift. 5 years ago, I came out here and I had an experience that was beyond measure. And to come back out here and have an opportunity to chase sharks again with Mark as the captain of the boat, as my best friend, it's unimaginable.
You know, in the amount of time we spent fishing in these last few days, we saw just about everything you can see as far as Mako fishing goes. We saw small Makos, we saw medium-sized Makos, and then we kind of saw that a little something different.
Oh, shark, big shark, big shark.
When a really big fish, the fish that showed up for us today, showed up to the boat, they swam to the back of the boat, they took a look around, and they spent the next 5 or 10 minutes circling the boat, sizing up, looking at us with that big, dark, black eye.
Once you get on that bigger size, they're gonna get in the air, and they're gonna get in the air multiple times. Big fish, jump.
Second time in my life, I've just put a 500+ pound fish in the air due to fishing with Mark Martin. How lucky can one person be? She gave us 5, 6, 7 jumps. They were amazing. That was awesome! Never in a million years could I have imagined that I would be able to duplicate an experience with Mark that happened 5 years ago. But that just so happens to be the case. That happened today. These are an animal, these are a fish that so many of us have put on this pedestal of fear. But when you look at them, you see the beauty of them. They're beautiful animals, they're beautiful creatures. We don't need to fear these sharks, we need to respect them and do what we can do to help protect them.